You know, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry, it was once said. And providence does bend, as Martin Luther King said, towards those that want justice and freedom. His exact quote was, justice, the universe bends towards justice. And I've certainly found that in my life. And there's a lot of injustice in this country. A lot of bad things happening in this nation, obviously. And I would say, clearly, on average, in many cities and areas, black people are singled out. They are pulled over more. The statistics show it. They do get harassed, even by black cops, because there is the stereotype promulgated by MTV and the social engineers of the thug culture. But unfortunately, there are a lot of good, hardworking, smart, good people who get brushed with a broad brush because of the thug culture that has grown in the black community and is growing everywhere else as well. I mean, as a white guy, if I dressed like a thug, I'd be treated like one. I saw that growing up in high school. I liked dressing preppy, not because I wanted to be cool and be a prep. I just liked how slacks or blue jeans and a polo shirt felt. It was easy, it was quick, and, the trendies putting on all these elaborate outfits and things, great. I just don't have time to mess with it. I still comb my hair straight back in the morning, and about 45 minutes later, it dries out, and sometimes when I take a shower after working out and I come into the office, it's sticking straight up because I comb it straight back. Everybody always laughs when I walk by, and I go in the bathroom and barely comb my hair, and I'm done. So I wouldn't say I'm a prep because I want to be a prep. It's just that's the style that I liked. Got a lot better treatment because of that. And I can tell you right now, no matter what color you are, if you dress like you're middle class or wealthy, you get left alone. So see, so much of this isn't even skin color. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you act, and it's what you stand for long term that governs in this country whether you're going to be successful or not. Now, more and more, you've got to be a globalist insider. They're trying to get rid of the free market that allows anybody to become successful. Anybody to excel. And you could still do that in this country. We're still in the top 10 nations to be able to start a business and survive. We were number one a few decades ago. But in some metrics, we're behind every industrialized nation when it comes to freedom. We still have a lot of economic freedom, but when it comes to police state, being spied on, surveillance, due process being run over, yes, we're in trouble. And the foreign banks, the multinationals, the globalists are the authors. They are running the show, the funding, the grants, the training. And I told you this Ferguson situation looked like it was staged before it happened. 2 weeks before, I said, get ready for the media to try to stir up inner city black communities as a diversion after the election. And then I said the last few weeks, look for the UN to come out with their UN treaty and call for disarming the American people. Wait for it, and the police. State Department Memorandum 7277. UN attacks U.S. gun rights and more, citing Ferguson and cops. How many times the last 2-3 weeks when that treaty got announced that they're going to go ahead with it December 24th as a Christmas present, and Obama says he'll implement it as his authority without Congress. Think about the magnitude of that. Freedom from War, the United States Program for General and Complete Disarmament in a Peaceful World, U.S. State Department Memorandum to line up with UN UNESCO Treaty, and it lists the treaty numbers. 1961, September, Office of Public Service, Bureau of Public Affairs. That's an unofficial treaty we operate under. And when they're done with the Civil War in America, that they planned even then. I was first told about 7277, even though it was public, by General Benton K. Parton 4-star general when he retired, head of the Air Force at one point, but before that, head of Air Force weapons development. Parton, of course, exposed, went to Oklahoma the day after and showed her they'd blown the building up. He could see it on TV. The blast points on the columns. We even had the witnesses inside seeing the feds plant the bombs. We know their names. Parton knew Clinton blew that thing. And Parton talked about the briefings they got high level in the 70s and 80s, secret briefings, basically, inside the military, internal groups that were aware of this and were trying to stop it. And 7277 and others are public documents where it shows first they disarm the American people, then they disarm the police, then they disarm the military, and it is directly out of the Hunger Games. So when I talk about this, it's not from Hunger Games. Hunger Games is imitating this, where you have these regions, these sectors, and you've got these floating platforms with peacekeepers, and everybody else is kept without electricity on the ground at starvation level. What's this right here out of the Detroit Free Press? DetroitNews.com. Entire Detroit public lighting system is down. A widespread power outage Tuesday has caused evacuations of buildings throughout the downtown, including Joe Louis Arena, Coleman A. Young Municipal Center, and Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, the Detroit Institute of Arts, and some buildings in Wayne State University. DTE Energy Co., Scott Simons, said it looks like the entire Detroit public lighting system is down. They already announced 3 months ago they turned off the street lights at night, affecting about 100 buildings, and it just goes on. Still out as we talk. This is Democratic Party politics. This is socialism. This is corruption. This is where it leads. This is where it goes. This is where Al Gore laughing at Ross Perot. Remember in 1994? Ha, 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 ha. Ross Perot, you're so stupid. NAFTA and GATT will raise our wages. So they deindustrialize you and then say, oh, let's up the wages after they devalue the dollar. They cut your arms off, cut your legs off, and then give you a wheelchair. But that's only to break our back and break our will. That's only to bring this system in. When they're done, the real fun starts. So here it is from the United Nations. But first, let's play that clip of Obama saying when you do everything you're supposed to, which is shooting police and firefighters that have done nothing, burning down buildings, when you've done everything you're supposed to, beating people in the head with hammers till they die, and attacking reporters and getting in people's faces, when you've done everything you're supposed to and then you don't get justice, what, like the grand jury was supposed to ignore the witnesses? And who knows? It could be wrong, could be a lie. The point is the government's manipulating this to get us all fighting with each other. That's the elephant in the room. Here's Obama.
It violates my belief in what America can be. To hear young people feeling marginalized and distrustful even after they've done everything right. That's not who we are. And I don't think that's who the overwhelming majority of Americans want us to be. And I think there may be a convergence here where we've got outstanding law enforcement officials who recognize that times have changed and want to be responsive. I know that Richard Berry.
Let's just stop right there. Times have changed, implying that this police officer shot Brown because, you know, he's old-fashioned racist or whatever. It just goes on and on. Now, continuing, I want to go to this next clip. This is Dick Cheney. Before I get back into the UN information, give you details of that. Dick Cheney says ISIS will nuke the U.S. Remember Lindsey Graham last year when we discovered the missing nukes at Daesh, and they would not deny it. And within hours of us reporting it, it was on CBS News, Senator Graham saying, yes, nukes will go off on the East Coast from Islamic State. He said from the radicals in Syria if we don't overthrow Assad, acting like he was the radicals when it's the opposite group. And I've noticed the Council on Foreign Relations making preparations and others for tactical nukes to go off in Dallas, Chicago, Cleveland, and Denver. Because they always love to tell us what they're going to do before they do it. And so back in 2003, and then again recently, the head of the Hart-Rudman Commission, that's a key Council on Foreign Relations super body, I mean, it makes the decisions. The Rudman Commission decided to adopt the RAND Corporation plan for the police state. I mean, that's how powerful they are. You can watch them discuss it. You can go on the C-SPAN archives and watch it. There's probably been 20 meetings I know of the Hart-Rudman Commission on television with the Council on Foreign Relations. That's how I know all this stuff. And they just said, yeah, we're looking for Dallas and Cleveland to get hit. They will be hit. That'll be the end of your way of life. That'll bring in the New World Order. I mean, these are bizarre quotes. Want me to pull them up for you? They think you're so stupid. Gary Hart writes public letters in the Huffington Post about how the government stages terror attacks and how great it is. So, let's go ahead and play Dick Cheney saying ISIS will nuke the U.S.
We've now got the terrorist Taliban organization in Pakistan conducting a big raid on Karachi airport. Why do we care about Pakistan? Well, they have 50 to 100 nukes. And if you combine the terrorists with the ability to get their hands on a weapon of some kind, then obviously we're going to see a very,
it almost seems like and maybe I'm reading into what you're saying.
Of course, he doesn't tell you that on record, the Bill Clinton administration transferred all of those weapon systems to AQ Khan laboratories, to AQ Khan and his laboratories. I mean, that's on record. Look it up. That's all over the news 15 years ago. Of course, they don't tell you that our government funded the 200,000 plus Al-Qaeda fighters to run around in a 4-year jihad, killing everybody that wasn't a radical bloodsucker inside Syria. They count on us being ignorant, and I am so sick of it. Now, I've told you for 3 weeks straight since they announced the treaty that Ferguson and they were going to stage riots and that they would then call for UN control and State Department Memorandum 7277 under UN UNESCO law. And now the story from the New American Magazine is up on Infowars.com. Again, is there police brutality? Are there racist cops out there on all sides? Yes. Is there stuff going on that's wrong? Yes. I'm going to cover a case of that next segment. But is this being played? Is this a scam? Yes, 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 yes. UN attacks, U.S. gun rights, and more, citing Ferguson and cops. And then it quotes Ban Ki-moon. I mean, if you talk back to the cops in South Korea, folks, they literally break your neck. Pointing to the killing of Michael Brown by police officer Darren Wilson, along with subsequent unrest in Ferguson and policing issues, the dictator-dominated United Nations has launched another brazen assault on America and U.S. sovereignty and the gun rights of Americans. UN boss Ban Ki-moon, who's again South Korean, the global body's Human Rights Council, and even the UN Committee Against Torture all took turns lambasting the United States as an alleged stronghold of systematic racism and police brutality. To fix the problems, the UN argued Americans need, their elected officials must submit to the demands of self-styled global authorities, close quote, including some unconstitutional gun control to further restrict access to firearms, the UN goes on. And you read the article, they want the police restricted too. See, hey, we don't want the UN controlling our police. Our police are already under UN. That's why they act like this. Look at the munization, cross-training. Okay, I forget to tell people about this, and it's such a big deal. It's crazy. We are running the biggest special ever on prisonplanet.tv to see the nightly news, all my films, special live events. 20 people can use each membership, $5.95 a week or $5.95 a month. You can sign up for a monthly. Now when you sign up for a year, it's not $59.95, it's $29.95, half off, the biggest special we've ever offered. We're running it through this week and this week only. What a grand opportunity to get a PrisonPlanet.tv membership, to create a username and passcode that is unique, that you can share, and to give it as an e-gift to friends and family. 19 gifts you can give for $29.95 and support getting the truth out and waking people up. Takes about a minute to sign up. PrisonPlanet.tv. Got any questions or want to sign up over the phone? We can help you do that as well. 888-253-3139. 888-253-3139. I want to get to a real police misconduct. It looks like police murder. I don't think it's premeditated, but it is murder. Up in New York, 4 white cops choking a black man to death, and how that contrasts with the Brown case. And I'll tell you about some of the other specials coming up. John Harmon, that helps with the satellite uplinks and things like that up in Minnesota, where GCN Radio Network is based, GCNlive.com, was talking to us during the break, pointing out that when it's 20, 30 below up there in Minnesota, if the power went out like it's done in Detroit for a day or so, a lot of people would die. And under UN Agenda 21, you're not allowed to have a fireplace or firewood or even a gas space heater as a backup. You just need to die. So everything is about not letting us be independent, not letting us be self-sufficient, letting us be totally under their control. You can't have a house. You can't have a car. You can't have a fireplace. Sorry, Africa. You can't ever have a future, Obama told him. But that's not racist because he's black. See, this is about acting like the Democratic Party is against the police state and police brutality when they are up to their eyeballs in it, just like the Republican Party. But there's the headline. EPA wants to snuff out wood and pellet stoves. It's now coming here. San Francisco is already putting taxes and regulations on them. John Harmon, what would happen if the power was out in Minneapolis, St. Paul right now?
If the power went out for even just a few days, it would be just chaotic. I mean, can you only imagine how cold it is now with the heat on? But I mean, the power goes out, we'd be screwed. I mean, there would be people, raiding grocery stores within days. I mean, it would be just, look at what's going on in Detroit. I mean, it gets cold there too, but I mean, here we wouldn't be able to survive. There'd be no way.
Well, it's racist for you to survive. I appreciate you coming on, John Harmon.
Not a problem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I want to get into this case, but we've got former congressman coming on to talk about the imperial presidency. What would Bob Barr do as a former federal prosecutor if he was in Congress right now, which we wish he was in Congress right now, to try to impeach Obama, to try to block all these executive orders, the UN gun treaty, so much more. That is coming up. Before I go any further, we're running the biggest specials we ever had. We're extending Cyber Monday right through this whole week. Free shipping on everything at InfoWarsStore.com and InfoWarsLife.com. And MadeIn1776.com. Now, MadeIn1776.com and InfoWarsLife.com are just subsections of InfoWarsStore.com. But everything on the site, whether it's Made in America, new Molon Labe belt buckles, the new design, the new 50 cal Spartan design that came in with 1776 and InfoWars, have a limited amount of each one. They will sell out this month probably. They'll sell out guaranteed. We have the Molon Labe with an M16 belt buckles, the Made in America apparel. It's all made in America. Free shipping and big discounts. But some of the other discounts we have is 7 months free, a year, half price for PrisonPlanet.tv. We will run out of silver. We were able to get even more produced, but that's it for the year from the major laboratory of Silver Bullet. We're just going to max it out. We're not going to stop the sale, even though it would sell out in a week. It'll probably sell out in 2 or 3 days. We're keeping it going. 20% off all colloidal silver at InfoWarsLife.com and free shipping. And when you buy 4, you get 20% off and free shipping and get the 5th bottle free. Nobody's got a deal like this. We already had the lowest price on Silver Bullet of this quality of colloidal silver. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Also, buy a bottle of DNA Force. Just the highest quality nutraceutical out there across the board. Get 2 bottles free of Survival Shield Super Nascent Iodine. That is, again, set to sell out probably this week. Unfortunately, we're trying to get more in. Super Male Vitality is the leader in the sale right now. 30% off Super Male Vitality, Super Female Vitality. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And it's so exciting because it's a win-win. It funds the operation. They're high-quality products, and people are just loving these sales. It's having the byproduct, though, is going to run us out of our stock. But I'm a hardcore capitalist. I'm going to just double down and keep this going throughout the week or while supplies last. So get yours while you can and support the transmission and get high-quality products. I know we're hardcore free marketers. We're not ashamed of it. Sorry. We fund ourselves. We don't take taxpayer money. Stay with us. The globalist social engineers are not just targeting us with propaganda. They are manipulating our genetics. We are being targeted at every level by estrogen mimickers that lower our testosterone and other hormones and natural compounds that the body needs. After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic super male vitality formula sourced from powerful organic herbs and then concentrated for maximum potency. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose. For a limited time, we are offering 15% off Super Male Vitality at InfoWarsLife.com to introduce you to this powerful supplement. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality. InfoWarsLife.com.